Uh, Good evening, beautiful viewers. We are still back again with part two of the story with our amazing, beautiful lady, Catherine, all the way from Kenya. Part one was really touchy, that's why we had to end it, but she got the confidence and the energy to come back, and we can't wait to know what's in the part two. Guys, watch. Actually, I want to point this out. Why we normally bring this kind of people, not because they don't have what to do. We even appreciate this kind of people to be on our show, but we really want our major objective as the see where I came from under the Immaculate Show is to make sure we really inspire hearts out there. There are a lot of people in there going through the same stories, going through the same situations, and others are even committing suicide. You've seen kids who have grown up depressed because they don't have the love of their parents. We've seen it all. We've seen the girls, the wives, or the women who have been used or impregnated and left alone as single mothers are trying to kill. Actually, as I speak, last night I was watching some movie, not a movie, it was a video clip uploaded on Facebook whereby a lady was trying to throw her three kids down. She was like on a bridge trying to throw the kids, meaning what? She was really depressed. Maybe she doesn't have the support of the man and she wants to kill these kids and maybe also kill herself. But why we bring out this kind of show is to make sure we put people together and we see that we move forward like she did. Everyone has a story. I have a story. Maybe I've ever been in the same situation, but here I am strong as I'm talking to you guys. But right now, before we go into the part two, I would like to thank our sponsor, that is Nandi's and Amuso Real Talk Show. You guys are really doing the amazing show job. So, Catherine, we're back. We'll be back on part two. So on part two, I remember we stopped on when the man
say he did not come, and my mother told me to name the kid after her name,
which you did.
which I did. Yes. So now I'm out of the hospital.
Tell us.
I don't have a job.
I know that.
I'm young. 21 years old.
I can feel that.
Yes.
You guys can feel the heat.
But I thank my parents and my family, my sister, my mother, my father, my late dad.
Oh, may he sorry.
Because they helped me. They came in handy. And I used to, for me to sustain my life, for me and my kid, because you feel as a single parent, you wouldn't want to give the burden to the parents. So I was feeling that, but yet I'm giving them the burden.
That would drive me to a question whereby we've seen a lot of single girls, like, let me say the age you are on, 21, 22, very young, you've been in school, your parents taking you to school so that you can be someone better, but boom, you mess around with someone just because you're in love, and you end up being pregnant. Wasn't your family disappointed, or didn't they talk too much? Because we've seen this happening, and actually, as I speak to you, I've seen a lot of girls and even boys who go through that kind of situation because they're scared of telling their parents, or that maybe because they come from a certain type of family and they feel like the family is going to scorn them to death, and guess what? They commit suicide.
Yeah.
Was your family?
Yeah, at some point when I realized I got pregnant, if I can go back to where I realized I was pregnant, I had one friend, she was my namesake. I told her I'm pregnant. I was afraid to tell my mother that I'm pregnant.
I know that part.
So I wanted to do abortion. Sorry, I hope my daughter cannot see.
Oh, sorry. She will also understand.
I was almost to do abortion. And when I was in school, I was in love with another guy. This guy has disowned me. And not in love, basically. I was not in love. There is another guy who wanted to love me.
When you're dating the campus boy,
when I dated the campus boy, I was still, we are marketable, we are flowers. So
girl, we've done that.
There is another man who
you have someone,
throwing the arrows.
Yes.
But that time I did not tell him I'm pregnant. I remember he was working and he was doing some part-time classes. And the time I said that I would do the abortion, the exam that we are doing the ICM. It's from London. It's a very expensive exam. So I remember telling him, I got the school fees. I lied to him. I lost the school fees. I lost the exam fee. So I would want you to help me with some cash. And he did.
Oh,
Yes, he did. He gave me cash. That cash was just to do the abortion. I have already told my auntie about the kid, and that lady who I revealed the secret of what I want to do. She already went to tell my auntie.
so wait. I need to get this clear. You didn't tell your mom. You
I
didn't
did
tell
not
your
tell.
sister
I did not tell anyone in
in
my
your family, apart
except
from your
that
friend, also called Kathy.
She's called Jerry. My middle
Jerry.
name is Jerry,
Hey.
and her name is Jerry.
Jerry.
So I told her, and
She went and
she went ahead and exposed to my auntie
that Kathy wants
want to do. She's pregnant and she want to do abortion.
So I want to know. Did your auntie call you? How did you receive the news? I can't wait here.
When she received the news, she did not even tell me.
Ooh.
She just kept quiet. I remember that time that she was having a problem with her marriage, and she moved to
Ooh.
my mother's house. It's like God sent to save me. So when she moved to now the sister's house, that is my mother. She has received this news that I want to do the abortion. So that man has already given me the money. There was a place in Nairobi, a building called Afya Center. There is one gynecologist in Nairobi, a very famous gynecologist, where people used to go and do abortion. I did the research.
I wanted to ask you, a young girl, how did you even know about the gynecologist? How did you find the location? You went
High school, university student, college student, they will tell you such thing because I have already opened up to other friends of mine, not only that lady. I have already opened up to other people, and they are giving me advice like that. Some will give you good advice, others will tell you there is a doctor, blah blah blah, like that.
I get that story.
I went to that building, and the moment I'm stepping into that building to go and do the abortion, somebody hold my hand. It's my auntie, and she put me somewhere in a bus station in Nairobi. She sat me down. She told me in my language, I know what you want to do. You are pregnant. You want to do abortion. My dear, you might go and do abortion. You die. You leave the guy enjoying, or you do abortion, and in the future you will not get any other kid.
True.
So,
She was an angel.
so you lose everything. So why can't you just start strong and give back? And I listened to her. I think she touched the vein whereby I felt this is true. And the money I was given by that man, I went to buy baby's clothes.
So
Yes.
your auntie didn't tell your mom. She didn't reveal the news.
She already now went back home and told my mother. She's the one who broke the news to the family. And I was beaten.
We want to know. You left the
beaten.
We want to know you left the hospital with your aunt after her sitting
That
you down.
hospital, it was a certain building that gynecology. It is a building. It has so many floors. He had. Now I'm stepping inside the building. It's a building that they do several businesses. So it has, I think, 21 floors. So that gynecologist was seated in a certain floor. I don't remember very well, but he was in that building. So when I entered in the entrance of the building, that's why my auntie
Grabbed you.
grabbed me.
So she sat you down, she spoke to you, you listened to her, and like, okay, I'm going to take care of my baby. You go home together.
We went home together.
Without you knowing that mom knows it, dad knows
No,
it.
she has not yet told my mother. That time when we went home, I'm there with my parents, and she already told them. But she did not tell them the part of me going to do the abortion.
Told them your daughter is pregnant.
Yes.
How did your mom receive the news? I want to know that part. You're there, your dad is there, your mom is there. Like it's like a room. People are seated in there, and like
They all kept quiet, and they kept quiet for me for a whole week.
I
My
can
mother was
tell.
not talking to me for a whole week. But my dad, you know, the daddies. He will tell me, oh, give me tea, chai,
Were you
bring
his
water, blah,
favorite?
blah, blah.
Were you his favorite?
I'm the daddy favorite.
Yeah, you know, that's why he
Yes.
used to.
So my dad could speak to me, but my mother was keeping quiet for a whole week. And I remember my mother used to beat me. In anything that is missing in the house, she's beating me because she's having frustration. By that time, I couldn't understand why she's beating me, but now I understand.
Why she did.
She did so. Yes,
So now the family knows and you decide to keep the baby.
I decided to keep the
That's when your
baby.
mom is like, did she ask you who the father is?
Of course, every parent will ask you the father. And my mom was saying, if that man can come to our house, I will just welcome him. I tried to call him. I tried to tell him to come to our house, and he never showed up.
Because
He
in
never
part
showed up.
one, you told us your mom tried to call him and they talked, and he was telling him, she told him, my daughter has given birth to a baby girl. We want to name your daughter after your. Which name
Mother.
should we give? And the guy hung up. So in that time, from this time before you gave birth to the time your mom received the news, were they communicating or they only had that real communication when you gave birth?
After some times when I was pregnant, my mother just picked up and said, oh, this is my daughter. And I remember when I was in the 5th month of pregnancy, my mother used to buy fruits and he used to tell
Care
the
of you.
people at home, do not touch these fruits, it's belong to me, I need to eat good. And then she used to say, I should not do hard work, I should not bed down. She accepted finally.
She later accepted.
Yeah, she later accepted.
So did you ever like talk to her and tell her, Mom, look, I'm sorry, I know you're mad at me. Did you
Yes,
ever,
yes,
before
I
you gave
tried.
birth or after you gave birth?
Even during my pregnancy
You told
and after, yeah, and after I gave birth, and she was very happy. She welcomed the baby very nicely. She used to nurse her and nurse me also. And I thank my parents, my late dad, and
May you sorry, thank you.
my mother for the help they did, because my mother, after I gave birth, she hired a house manager.
Which she had never done.
Yes. She hired a house manager and she was paying that lady.
Oh,
And I'm still in the house. Yes.
mothers are really, they know the pain what their kids go through.
Yeah. And then I used to do some businesses like distributing eggs to some various shops.
When you're pregnant or after giving birth?
After giving birth, because I
To
wanted
get some money.
to get some money to buy some clothes or something for the child.
For the child. So
Yeah.
that one would take me back to a question. You got pregnant before graduating.
I told you before that I did finance and accounting.
Yes, yes.
After I finished the last paper of finance, that's when I went to the board.
course,
And I
with all the
remember that
happiness.
time is the time I got pregnant, because I was happy. I had finished the course, everything.
Yeah, no
so-
stress for books and all that.
Yeah, no
so the
stress.
graduation part found you when you have a baby.
The graduation came back when I had the baby. That's when I graduated.
You graduated.
Yes, for the
That's
finance
very
and
good.
accounting.
That's very. You even have your certificate.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. At least you didn't disappoint your parents and all
Yeah.
that. At least. So from that time, you will finish giving back.
I'm
The
doing
boy
some-
who helped you with the money, did he find out?
The boy who helped me after we finished our courses, he just left our ways. He left because, okay, he wanted me, but I did not want
Of course,
him.
yes.
So he couldn't
Separate.
push anymore. So he left. I left. Everybody left. I don't know where he went. Every other people, we went to different direction.
Now, your friend, your namesake, who took the news to your auntie, did she come to you and tell you, I'm sorry, I'm the one who talked to your aunt. I didn't want you to do any silly decision and I spoke to your auntie. Did you ever meet her or
I don't remember her
coming to you?
coming back to me and apologizing. I don't remember. Maybe she
Or
came or
talking
she
to
did
you.
not come. I don't remember. But she used
okay.
to talk to me. So, but I thank her. She said it.
She's-
Otherwise,
She was an angel.
Yes.
So that one will bring me to a part. Tell us the story. That moment you're a mom, the child is crying, your mom is also trying hard. Now there's a house manager. the bills are now increasing. How did you cope up with that?
Okay.
The support to the baby to the stage of 1 year, 2 year. You know how they are going to
Yeah, yeah,
school.
yeah.
I want to hear all that story.
Okay, when I gave birth, I was doing some kind of business, selling eggs and what have you. I remember the same auntie came to my mother and told me, I came to my mother and told her that I should not do such kind of a business because my mother was a little bit well up lady. So my mother sent me back to school
You
to
went back
learn
to school.
another course.
We'll start from that part three, but before we go, before we go, you went back to school.
I went back to school to study another course.
We want to hear what you went to do, what did you do, and all that. But before we round up, I want to first go through this advert. The DX3 Media guys, they have a night on 9th February, and hosting one of the biggest, I don't know, DJ or something, Selector Ryan. Most of you know, most of you Mumanyi Ave Uganda. So night is going to be on 9th February at Venom, Club Venom. You all know our favorite club, and free entrance. Only buy drinks and let's support the kids. So otherwise, let's come back with part three and know what Catherine went back to study, the whole journey until how she came to Dubai. Otherwise, we love you so much and thank you so much for subscribing to the Immaculate TV show, and good night.